Hi guys, earlier I had another video that kind of showed testing this Equinox for a bad alternator. It was bad. It was light on the dash. We did a battery test and the OBD2 test showed a bad alternator. It was. So I decided to go ahead and replace it right now. And I'll kind of show a video overviewing that a little bit. I don't have the ability to kind of hold it or put a frame. I'll get a stand later so I can do this, but I'll show you what you got to do to replace this alternator on this Equinox. It's not much fun, but it's doable. So let me kind of take you over there and show you that. This is again a 2012 model with a 3-liter in it. There may be several that are saying they only make like a 2.4, a 3-liter, and a 3.6, I think. But alternator's right down here in the front. A couple things to special note. You see the new one is sitting there. It's not tight. You can kind of get a better angle here. You can see these two. These are the two primary alternator bolts here. One's like a stud that a nut will go on it, and one's a bolt. You see they're loose here. I'm just now got it back in and kind of waiting there to go on. A couple things to note on this that's kind of special. I did remove the air box that sits right here. It is in the way. It gives you so much more room so that you can get your bar in there. So I did use the special tool, and it's down there. You can see it down there on the tensioner to loosen it. And because it's under tension, it's just kind of sit there on my ratchet for a second. Then I'll pull it over to loosen it once I put the new belt on. And the other thing that you got to do on this Equinox is the idler pulley bolt right there in the middle has to come off. That is one of the alternator bolts. So there's 3 bolts that hold the alternator. That one, and then the 2 that you saw over here. So it is kind of tricky. This bolt doesn't come all the way out. You see it's got some low clearance to the frame. Get it out as far as you can. It will come out of its pocket all the way, and then move to these bolts after that. Get these bolts out of there, and once you do, I had to take that stud out to get some clearance because this hose here is kind of in the way too. But and then you can kind of twist this thing sideways and pull the idler pulley and bearing out, and then you got to just kind of fish it out through here. I did have to take the dipstick out. I actually took the tube loose a little bit so I can get a little bit more clearance and come out. It's kind of a tricky trick to get back down in there. Once you get it dropped in, the hardest part's lining up. Once it's in here, turn it sideways, get the idler pulley bolt back in the hole for the alternator, and then you got to find it back there, get it started and tightened. It's not as bad as it looks, but it isn't fun. But once you get it lined up, I got them all started now. It's all going to be good to go. It's just now tightening up some bolts, getting the belt back on it, putting the air box back in it. It'll be done. So it's not impossible. You see I got a pile of tools over here that I had to use to kind of get to some of those bolts. You don't want to use a socket or a ratchet wrench on that, because eventually if you get it out too far, you'll get it stuck. So use an open end wrench once you get it out a little bit. Just food for thought, but it isn't too bad. You can do this job in about an hour or so, and then we'll just put it all back together. But so anyhow, thanks a lot for taking a look at it. Leave some comments. Like I said, I'm just a backyard mechanic, just trying to help out. If you got better ideas or something you've seen a little differently or questions you want to ask, please leave some comments. Thanks a lot.